Hello, I'm Nisha Pandey and you're watching Prime Times News. Let's start with the headlines. The House of Representatives forwards the impeachment motion against Chief Justice Cholendra Samshay Rana to the Impeachment Recommendation Committee to probe allegations against him. The Ministry of Health and Population confirms the detection of 553 new cases of coronavirus infection today. Kathmandu Valley Traffic Police Office relaunched the No Horn campaign from today. The No Horn campaign to be made effective again in the Kathmandu Valley. The Department of Water and Meteorology asked coastal areas to be alert after the water level of Saptakoshi and its tributaries rose today. And the Israeli military campaign against Islamic Jihad goes into its second day with continued airstrikes on what it said were militant targets in Gaza. 29 people killed so far. Now news in detail. The House of Representatives today forwarded the impeachment motion against Chief Justice Cholendra Samshay Rana to the Impeachment Recommendation Committee to probe allegations against him. The proposal to send the motion to the Recommendation Committee was endorsed by majority votes. Speaker Agni Sapkot announced that the proposal to send the impeachment motion against Chief Justice Cholendra Samshay Rana to the Recommendation Committee has been endorsed. Registered on 13th of February, the motion was presented in the lower house for the discussion today. The Recommendation Committee to investigate the allegation against Rana was formed on 6th of March. As many as 98 lawmakers of the ruling coalition Nepali Congress, Communist Party of Nepal Maoist Center, and CPN Unified Socialist had registered the motion against Rana with 21 allegations. Cross-party lawmakers presented their views over the motion before it was sent to the Recommendation Committee. While the ruling party lawmakers said it was necessary to impeach Rana, CPN-UML lawmakers said the motion was not registered with a good intention. The Recommendation Committee has a maximum of 3 months to investigate the allegations and present its report before it is put to vote. Rule 163 of the Regulation of the House of Representatives allows a maximum of 3 months for the Recommendation Committee to probe the allegations in the impeachment. The impeachment motion against Rana cannot be endorsed without the support of the UML, the main opposition, which has 98 lawmakers in the House. To impeach Rana, the motion needs to be passed by a two-thirds majority in the 271-strong House, for which 181 lawmakers must vote in favor of the impeachment motion. The Election Commission has issued a notice calling upon political parties wishing to contest the elections to the House of Representatives and the Provincial Assembly to be held on 20th of November for registration. The Commission has notified the political parties registered with the Commission until 4th of August 2022 to register themselves for the purpose of the elections. The deadline for the party registration is until 16th of August. When submitting an application for party registration, details about the party, the number of officers and members of the party's Central Executive Committee, province and district committees, and the date of the party submitted its annual audit report to the Commission must be disclosed. Similarly, the date of the last election of the party's central level and province level executive committee, whether the political party's organizational firm is at the central level or province level or not, should be disclosed. According to the Political Party Act, when 2 or more parties apply for party registration for the purpose of taking a single election symbol and participating in the election, the application should be made in accordance with the political party regulations. The Commission has said today The application should include a copy of the decision of the Central Committee to register the party for the election purposes, the party statute, regulations, and manifesto, the annual audit report of the financial year 2021-22, and other necessary documents, and it has to be submitted with signature of the major office bearers of the party. The Ministry of Health and Population today confirmed the detection of 553 new cases of coronavirus infection, out of which 102 people have tested positive for COVID in the antigen test. With this, the total positive COVID count has reached 144,509. Likewise, the Health Ministry has recorded 0 death from COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. The Ministry on 19th of May 2021 recorded 184 deaths, the highest daily number. As of today, the nationwide death toll for COVID has reached 11,971. Currently, there are 5,659 active cases in Nepal. Meanwhile, 433 patients of COVID-19 have recovered in the past 24 hours. As of today, a total of 972,074 people have recovered from the viral disease. Welcome back. Kathmandu Valley Traffic Police Office has relaunched the No Horn campaign from today. It was mentioned in a program organized today that the No Horn campaign will be made effective again in the Kathmandu Valley. Kathmandu Valley Traffic Police Office organized this campaign in collaboration with Kathmandu Metropolitan City, Padma Kanya Multiple Campus, and Kantipur Dental College Teaching Hospital and Research Center. Speaking at the inaugural program organized to mobilize traffic volunteers, Balendra Shah, the mayor of Kathmandu Metropolitan City, emphasized that the No Horn campaign is going to be conducted again in the city. He said that although the No Horn campaign had already been conducted, it could not be effective due to various reasons, including the COVID-19 pandemic. Mayor Shah said that the campaign is going to be made effective again as problems such as incidents of stress in people caused by horns from vehicles have increased. Shah said that the drivers should also put in the effort to travel without honking and make the No Horn campaign a success. The Department of Water and Meteorology has asked coastal areas to be alert after the water level of Saptakoshi and its tributaries rose today. In the notice issued by the department to provide information about the flood situation across the country, it is mentioned that the water level of Saptakoshi and its tributaries will be around the alert level today and tomorrow. The notice published by the department said that the water level of Saptakoshi and its tributaries is expected to keep on increasing and decreasing today and tomorrow, but is expected to be around the alert level, so residents of coastal areas are requested to be on high alert. About 20,000 citizens of Udaipur's Belka municipality and Sunsari's Baraha area municipality were affected when the settlement was invaded by Saptakoshi River on 2nd of August. It is predicted that there will be a medium risk of flooding in Solukhumbu, Rameshap, Dolka, Sindhupalchak, Nuwakot, Rasua, Dhading, Kanchanpur, and the rivers flowing around these districts today. The water level of major rivers, Narayani, Karnali, Mahakali, Kamala, Bagmati, West, Rapti, and its tributaries is expected to rise for the next 3 days. The Madhesh government has demanded that the police administration be handed over to the state government before the election. Province Minister for Home and Communications Bharat Shah led the state government team to submit a memorandum to the state chief Harishankar Mishra and demanded that the police administration be handed over to the state government. A team including Minister Shah, Minister of Physical Infrastructure Development of Madhesh Province Ram Saroj Yadav, Minister of Industry, Forestry and Tourism Shatrudhan Mahato, Minister for Land Management, Agriculture and Cooperatives Vijay Yadav, and Minister of Water Supply and Power Om Prakash Sharma came to submit the memorandum. In addition to them, members of the State Assembly from each party also came to submit the memorandum. It is mentioned in the memorandum that if the process of handing over the police to the state government does not start within 7 days, a peaceful, non-violent protest will be carried out. A group meeting of the Home Ministers of the 7 provinces held a few weeks ago in Janakpur Dham had asked for the immediate adjustment of the police force. Minister Shah has warned that if the federal government tries to take away the rights provided to the state government by the Constitution, interpret them wrongly, and only give assurances, the state government will be forced to retaliate. Earlier on 22nd of July, the Madhesh government submitted a memorandum to Prime Minister Deuba demanding to adjust the police force. Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation Minister Jeevan Ram Shrestha has said that the government is working for the revival of the tourism sector, which has been affected by COVID-19 pandemic. At the signing ceremony of the agreement between the Nepal Tourism and Hotel Management Institute and Kathmandu University to provide hotel management education at Singha Darbar today, Minister Shrestha said that the action plan announced by the government for the revival of tourism will be implemented. He said that the government is working to restore the troubled tourism sector. He claimed that if the action plan put forward by the government for the development of the tourism sector can be implemented together, more tourists will enter Nepal than expected. He said that if only the tourists expected by the government enter Nepal, there will also be a shortage of manpower in the country. He also informed that process is underway to provide tourism and hotel management education by expanding the establishment in other 6 provinces in addition to Bagmati province. Nepal Stock Exchange NEPSE today increased by 10.27 points to close at 2,123.82 points. The secondary market opened at 2,113.55 points and went to the day's highest of 2,132.49 points within the first few minutes of the commencement of trading. However, the index plunged to the lowest of 2,108.65 points in the successful intraday trading. In the last 2 hours, the market recouped around 15 points. The sensitive index that measures the performance of blue chips companies also increased 3.11 points. While the life insurance declined by 4.55 points, the remaining 12 trading groups gained in the average share prices. The total turnover amount stood at 2.67 billion rupees, a fall from the average daily turnover of 3.83 billion rupees in the last week. With this, we have come to the end of the news. Before wrapping up, here are the headlines once again. The House of Representatives forwards the impeachment motion against Chief Justice Cholendra Samshay Rana to the Impeachment Recommendation Committee to probe allegations against him. The Ministry of Health and Population confirms the detection of 553 new cases of coronavirus infection today. Kathmandu Valley Traffic Police Office relaunched the No Horn campaign from today. The No Horn campaign to be made effective again in the Kathmandu Valley. The Department of Water and Meteorology asked coastal areas to be alert after the water level of Saptakoshi and its tributaries rose today. And the Israeli military campaign against Islamic Jihad goes into its second day with continued airstrikes on what it said were militant targets in Gaza. 29 people killed so far. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching Prime Times News. Good night.